So, in one of these past few days, I've looked in one of my older journals because I still have them all kept together. So, I have like six notebooks filled with my own thoughts and ideas and whatever was happening in my life at that time. It started in 2022, so that is 2 years ago. It's been going on up until now. So, I've got almost seven books written down, and I was looking for one of them because I was just curious, right? And I went and I found the part where I was dating this one girl 2 years ago, right? You've probably heard me talk about this a few times in the past. If not, bro, I met a girl for like 3 weeks. She was really nice and everything, but for some reason it just didn't work out. And yeah, that was it, right? It sounds pretty simple, but for a long time it just kept me really, really upset, and I just couldn't understand why. So I couldn't understand why that happened. I couldn't understand why you know, it went the way it did because it was seemingly like unsuspected. Like I would have not expected it to happen this way, right? So it was really weird, and for a while it bothered me. And so I was looking for this journal. I just like randomly was scrolling through the pages, and I got to this point where I saw this entry, and I was talking about the girl. I was still with her at the time, and we were dating and everything. And I remember just I realized something really interesting, right? Something that is interesting but is pretty bad, right? And that is what I want to talk today. And it's the fact that while I was reading over the way that I described my relationship with this girl, it seemed so autistic. It seemed like the self-improvement autist kind of description to a relationship, if you get what I mean. A self-improvement autist is like this guy who makes self-improvement like the niche of self-improvement that you see on the internet, basically, right? Like the habits, the routines, the whatever, like everything, the full optimization, right? He makes that his entire thing, and so he doesn't have any kind of like actual social interactions, in like a normal manner, outside of like the planned social interaction time block in his schedule. And you could say maybe, yeah, like this guy, yeah, he has it all together. But I don't know, man. Like the self improvement autists that I've spoken to and that I was myself, you weren't really living life. You are not really living life when you have everything planned out, or when you want to have everything planned out, and when you approach ideas like relationships and love with this like idea. If I do this, then I'll make her be attracted to me, and after that, I can just focus more on the other things, because if I focus on other things, then I will have more time and more attraction towards this girl, because I'm not spending all day with her, because this is what Hamza and this is why this other self-improvement YouTuber said. And so I'm gonna listen to them. And this was my entire description, right? It was basically this, if I just have to spend less time with her, and I have to like stop worrying about this, because if I worry about it, then her attraction to me will plummet, and then she won't like me anymore, and I won't be the masculine man or whatever, bro. Why do that? What's the point in approaching love and relationships, and like what was really a nice experience in my life, in this very autistic way? Why? And I was just like, I remember back then I was genuinely thinking about like what kind of message should I send her now? Like, should I send her like this passive aggressive thing, or should I send her like this very lovely and nice and cute thing? Should I put a dot at the end or not? If I don't put it at the end, maybe it sounds like I'm too much of a fanboy, so I should put a dot at the end and then not answer and not look at my phone for the next 5, 6 hours. Like that was the way that I was doing it. Like I was overly obsessing over it, more than somebody who actually is invested in a relationship would. And I was doing it in the self-improvement autistic way. Like, don't get me wrong, self-improvement is a beautiful thing and it can really help relationships. The girl that I'm seeing now, it really does. It really helps, to be able to be present with her and to be able to spend time with her and to voice out your love and your desires and your fears and to talk to her and to it's a beautiful thing, right? Self-improvement is a beautiful thing in general, but when you're taking it to the extreme, as in you're just seeing the entire relationship through this lens of dating videos on the internet, like most people tend to, when they do self improvement. And maybe you have as well. Like, don't get yourself wrong. Don't get me wrong, but we need to stop doing this. Like, I get the idea of, oh, you gotta have some concept behind it. You can't just throw yourself into it without having any idea. Like, chances of that working aren't that great, right? If you don't know what you should be doing, if you don't know the way you should be behaving to some extent, it's not gonna work. But when you're just taking it to like the autistic self-improvement extreme, and that everything you're doing has like a very well placed purpose behind it, like that you have thought of before, like minutes or hours or days before. There's no more beauty in spending time with this girl. It's just you being like overly obsessed over it. And not even your meditation sessions will help you actually be present anymore. What was supposed to get you out of the chains of your old life and of your old personality and old habits, self improvement, has now become your new prison. This is a concept that some people think about and talk about, and it really strikes me up as interesting as well. Because for a long time I felt as if self-improvement was just my prison. Last year around this time in summer, I felt honestly imprisoned. I felt like I was just placed with a gun on my head, of like the gun was basically my own expectations, and I was just ready to pull the trigger at any time if I was not doing the exact perfect things. And life at that time, it was pretty bad. I didn't like it. It was okay. I made great progress. I made YouTube videos. I made a nice YouTube channel, and I went to the gym like 6 days a week. I trained push pull legs 2 times. I was eating very well and everything. I'm still eating perfectly. Like, I'm still okay in that, but I was not seeing any people, bro. I was not going out with any people because, like, bro, I'm not gonna spend time with that person because that person is gonna influence me in a bad way, and then like all of this is just gonna snowball into me like drinking and partying like to the extreme and playing video games again, and eventually becoming socially awkward and a miserable hermit again. I was taking the autistic approach to self improvement, which I'm trying to like consciously not do anymore. I'm spending less time just being like, oh, I have to be productive. Let's come on, let's get it done. Come on, come on, come on. Like used to, bro. I still like being productive. Yesterday I felt bad because I woke up pretty late and I got to the gym late and I came back home late and like the entire day for that period of time was kind of bad. I didn't like it. And now today, woke up a bit. I woke up earlier, like on schedule, on time. I got stuff done early, and I'm feeling good, right? I'm feeling good because doing stuff like this is nice. But I'm no longer just seeking just the busyness idea of it, right? I'm no longer just doing stuff just for the sake of trying to be busy, seeming busy, right? When in reality, I'm not even doing anything productive, like actually productive, that will have any sense of importance in the next 4 weeks, a month. 4 weeks is a month, like 2 or 3 months or a year. And I've taken this. I'm trying to consciously do the same with this girl that I'm seeing right now. I'm trying not to be like, should I put a dot at the end, or should I message her now because it's kind of early and maybe she thinks that I'm like lazy. I'm not doing anything. I just got that out of the way, bro. What's the point in not in being scared of messaging a girl that you like and just asking her how her day's going, or like asking her something, or just like, I'm not saying be on your phone 24/7, talk to her. Like, don't do that. Please don't. It will get boring really fast, and like you have stuff to do. But I'm no longer going by this idea that I gotta be like the alpha male here, and I have to like act in a certain way, or else I'll lose her attraction, or else she'll just go after some other guy, bro. No, no, bro. If you meet the right kind of girl, then you won't have worries like this. Like I'm telling you, if you meet the kind of girl that I'm seeing right now, I don't want to boast or anything, but she's a beautiful, amazing girl, and I wouldn't trade her for anyone. Honestly, she's amazing. And part of why she's so amazing is the fact that I feel secure around her. I feel like, bro, if I just ask her how her day is going, like midday, she's not just gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's a lazy bastard, so I should just stop talking to him and go on Instagram and talk to all of the guys in my DMs or something like that or whatever." No, I know that that's not gonna happen. I know that she's not just going to jump at my throat whenever I make a mistake of any sorts. So I know that I can like admit some things to her that I think are not going decently amazing in my life. I can do things which you would be able to do with like a person, right? It's not like I don't want to have this ideal relationship where I'm like just kind of like holding everything in, almost about to shit myself. Sorry for the swear word, about to poop myself. No. And doing that is just a stupid idea. And I've seen people, and sometimes I have this tendency as well, don't get me wrong, to just approach things like these, relationships, love, day-to-day life in this very self-improvement autistic way, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Like that's just a way to just be imprisoned by your own desires and high standards that you might not even be able to achieve. Like that's the hard truth. There might be some standards that you set for yourself, which despite all of the people telling you that, you reach for the stars, you can do it, bro, you might not be able to achieve. Or at least not now. At least not in this moment. At least not in the next month. So how about you sit for a moment and think with your own mind, like get rid of all of those things, all of those words, all of those expressions and things that other people use. Just think with your own mind. Think with your own sentences. Talk with your own sentences. Behave with your own sentences. While still keeping track of the idea that, self improvement is nice, discipline is nice, facing discomfort and pain for a better tomorrow is nice. But don't forget to enjoy today, man. Don't forget to just let things flow. Be water. You probably like have heard, you've seen like that video of Bruce Lee being like, "Oh, be water, my friend," or something. Just do that, man. Stop being so rigid in your life. Whenever something goes wrong, like a chip of your corner of whatever your shape, being like a rigid little stony thing just crumbles away. And then little by little that's happening, bro. When you're liquid, when you can just kind of flow through life while still like being hard enough, having the pressure to penetrate life, I think that that's the best way to go about it. Because you can be flexible in hard situations, and at the same time, you can be like a tidal wave that can destroy everything in its path. Think about that. So, man, I'm not gonna waste your time. Like, those were my thoughts. If you want to join my self improvement Discord server or go on a free self improvement coaching call with me, then you can do that. There will be like the links to that in the description of my YouTube channel. You can find them all there. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can like this video. You can share this video. You can do whatever the hell you want. All right. See you later, man. I hope that my advice has been useful, and I'll see you next time. Good luck.